Former African champions Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa will lock horns with powerhouses Wydad of Morocco this weekend in the Champions League semi-final first leg. Meanwhile, another South African side and Confederations Cup surprise package, Marumo Gallants, suffered a defeat to Young Africans in their first leg encounter in Dar es Salaam. Both South African teams remain in contention at opposite ends of the PSL table. CGTN CS du Plessis reports from Johannesburg.
Mamelodi Sundowns have been the dominant force in South African football for almost a decade. And despite winning the coveted Champions League title in 2016, their quest for a second continental crown has been in vain. But with a place in the semi-finals secured, the team known as Masandawana could well fancy their chances in 2023.
There is a thinking at Sundowns that says the ultimate goal is not just the sky is the limit. They are doing things that makes you want to see them breaking through the sky. The recruitment of players, the coaching methodologies that they are bringing in, they're bringing in of expertise from outside, and also the way that they finished this season with games to spare and with such a big gap between themselves and whoever is going to end up number two. Number two is still not decided. So that tells you that Sundowns have raised the bar sky high.
The men in yellow have been in fine form in the Champions League this campaign and will not accept anything less than an appearance in the final of the competition.
You can say that they've figured out how to play the Champions League. You can say they've figured out these North African teams who for the longest time have been dominant, especially in the knockout stages. So I'm looking forward for them to having enough experience, having enough quality, having enough experience also in terms of the coaching staff to be able to negotiate safely their way into a final.
The South African domestic champions may have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to talent and resources, while Marumo Gallants FC is a small club from Limpopo, struggling for survival in the DStv Premiership but punching well above their weight in the Confederation Cup.
Call them a contradiction. The guys are fighting for their status, to maintain their status, for their lives in the DStv Premiership. And toss the coin. On the other side, they are in the semi-finals of the Confederations Cup, a CAF's second most biggest club in competition. You look at the football that they also play. It's the same football for some reason. It's not like they play a different way when they play in the African competition. But for some reason, the results have not favored them here at home.
It is two teams at the opposite ends of the PSL table vying for top honours on the African continent. One that's claimed its sixth consecutive title, the other clinging to life in the top tier. Both, though, know that should they triumph in their last four encounters, that the promise of immortality beckons. Motivation won't be in short supply for the final push in their respective competitions. CS du Plessis, CGTN, Johannesburg.